Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaijan television with the major developments of the day. I am your host, Ilham Ahmadov. Pensioners will be paid additional monthly assistance. President Ilham Aliyev signed an executive order on this. According to the executive order, the labor pensioners who were assigned pensions until January 1st and who receive additional funding based on the employment record will receive additional monthly allowance amounting to 10% of their pension this year as well. The assistance will be paid each month together with the pension. According to the information from the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection of the Population, additional funds in the amount of 86 million manats will be allocated from the state budget and will cover 100,000 pensioners. There is a need to deliver all services deemed imperative for the human health care via the state budget. Therefore, the coverage of mandatory medical insurance must be extended. This idea was proposed by the Ombudsman Sabina Aliyeva during the session of the Milli Majlis. During the session where the Human Rights Commissioner presented her annual report, it was noted that appeals addressed to Ombudsman in respect to the social provision rights are investigated. During the session, where in total 11 issues were discussed, Chair of the Food Security Agency, Qoshkar Tahmazli, who presented the draft of food security law, advised that the register of the dangerous products is created. The measures taken against dangerous products will be shown explicitly there. The Milli Majlis also adopted the draft law on the cancellation of Nizami and Kapaz districts of Ganja city. Amendments in the list of several municipalities were also approved. Starting from February 1st to March 3rd, units and divisions of the engineering troops of the Azerbaijani army completely cleared more than 870 hectares of territory and neutralized 227 mines and unexploded ordnances. To date, engineered deminer units have completely cleared more than 14,365 hectares of the liberated territory, detected and neutralized 8,251 anti-personnel mines and anti-tank mines, and 9,231 unexploded ordnances of various types. The main efforts are aimed at demining settlements, sound plots, roads and infrastructure facilities in the liberated territories. The role of international organizations in the demining of the liberated territories must be increased. Agreements in regards to this issue have already been reached with some organizations. On March 4th, a memorandum was signed with the Roots of Peace organization in the direction of restoration of territories affected by the war.
Surely, provision of security for the return of our citizens to the liberated territories is a priority for Azerbaijan. Significant measures are being implemented by the state in this direction. In terms of scale, the largest area contaminated with mines and exploded ordnances is in Azerbaijan. International organizations are of special importance when it comes to further shortening of the time period for demining of the territories.
There are 60 million landmines silently poised in 60 countries around the world. While I have walked the minefields of the world, yesterday I have never, ever seen the miles and miles and miles of devastation of landmines and the brave deminers of Azerbaijan who are on the front line of peace. Whose name means hope. It is a hope that he will bring to his homeland. And I am just humbled and honored to play some small role in planting the roots of peace in Azerbaijan.
The Roots of Peace organization has so far cleared more than 100,000 mines in 8 war-torn countries. From this point of view, the arrival of the head of the organization in Azerbaijan and acquaintance with the situation in the liberated territories is quite a significant event. The organization will also support the development of agriculture in the liberated territories through the Mine to Wine initiative project. At present, discussions are underway on how much funding is needed to clear mines and develop agriculture here. A memorandum was also signed between the Roots of Peace organization and the International Eurasian Press Foundation to implement projects in this direction.
The final meeting of the project Youth Participation in the Environmental Assessment of the Liberated Territories of Azerbaijan, initiated by the Vice President of the Heydar Aliyev Foundation, founder and head of the IDEA Public Association, Leyla Aliyeva, was held. A report on outcomes was presented at Baku Convention Center.
Important steps are taken at the state level to assess the state and restoration of natural resources in the territories liberated from the occupation. In order to involve young environmentalists in these activities, the final report of the project, Youth Participation in the Environmental Assessment of the Liberated Territories of Azerbaijan, implemented by the IDEA Public Association, the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources, and the Azerbaijan Youth Fund, was presented. It was noted that more than 300 young people, educated and working in the field of natural sciences, applied to the project. 60 participants were selected on the basis of an interview. Numerous trips of young environmentalists were organized to the territories liberated from the occupation: Jabrail, Fizuli, Kubadli, Khojavend, Zengilan, Agdam, and Shusha. Young people participating during the environmental assessments conducted on these lands, as well as using special devices to measure background radiation, quality of water, and soil analysis, saw firsthand the committed ecological crime. Thus, the young participants of the project, held under the slogan "Preserve Karabakh," had the opportunity to expand their knowledge and experience in environmental assessment and monitoring.
That was all for today. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.